were casting loathsome, shivering shadows, while black clouds went scudding across the somber sky. Under a bloody hunter's moon, something wicked was on the prowl.
You happy, honey?
I'm so happy, honey. I love our new house.
Oh, me too. It's such hard work, but boy, was it worth it.
Yeah.
To our home. Oh,
they're here.
I'll get it. Oh, come on in. Oh, boy, come on in. Oh, hey, let me get your coat.
It's blowing out there.
Sure, let me get your coat, Tommy. Why don't you two go over by the fireplace, make yourself cozy.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, hon.
Oh, boy, this place is great. I thought you said it was run down.
It was.
It looks great. Did you all work yourself?
Well, I did most of it. It's real difficult to get anybody to come out and work when you're this far out in the country. The locals kind of keep to themselves.
Yeah, the truth is the locals wouldn't come near our house, period.
Oh, yeah, why's that?
They think it's haunted. It stood empty for 10 years.
That's how we got such a good deal on
A
it.
great deal. We stole it.
Wait a second. Did I hear you say this house is haunted?
Well, I'm getting out of here.
Oh, hold on. Relax, Tommy. That was a long time ago. Tell you what, why don't we all sit down, and I'll tell you the story. Now, it seems like there was this guy named Jake Bracken. He used to live here. Strange sort of guy, kept to himself. And each week he went to town just to pick up the mail. Well, he didn't show up for a couple of weeks, so the sheriff came out here to see what was going on. He didn't return. Next day, the deputy came out, and he didn't return either. So a bunch of the town folks got together, and they came out here. They parked their cars in a circle around the place with their headlights on. A couple approached the house. The lights were off, but the door was open. They found the sheriff's body stiff as a board, lying in a pool of dried blood right over there. And they found his head laying on the floor right under where you're sitting right now. And the deputy in the bathtub strangled.
Oh, no.
And they found a couple other bodies they weren't even looking for.
Anybody hungry?
I'll just have a drink.
Me too.
What happened to this Jake character?
Well, they never did find Jake. So they boarded up the house, and it was boarded up when we bought it, wasn't it, honey? And you know, there's a legend that says on dark, stormy nights like tonight, on a full moon, you could still hear Jake pounding on the door, trying to get back into the house.
Oh, wow.
There it goes again. Don't worry about it. That happens all the time out here in the country. Power's always going out.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Did you just hear something?
I didn't hear anything.
Oh! That's at the door. There's someone at the door.
Oh, come in.
Don't say that!
Don't worry. I'm sure it's going to be all right. I'll check. Oh, there's nobody there. Must be just the wind. You know, isn't it funny when you talk about stories like that, you get real... Oh, what's that?
Do you hear that?
What is it?
Oh, that's the back door.
Yeah. Do you hear that?
It's probably just the cat.
We don't have a cat.
They don't have a cat.
Someone is in the house.
Someone is in the house.
What are we gonna do?
Let's get out of here.
Oh, you go first. Go.
Open the door.
Open the door.
Open it.
Stop it.
Open it.
I thought you said we didn't have a cat.
It's a stray. It's just a stray cat.
That's what it is.
I almost thought the place was haunted.
You were a scaredy cat.
Boy, were you scared?
I wasn't scared.
You said, well, I think we better hit for the door.
I wasn't scared.
You were scared. You were.
The door. Who is it?
My name, Jose Jimenez.
Yacht Club.
Palm Springs Yacht Club. You don't look so scared.
What?
You don't look very well.
I
Real
always get a
pale.
little nervous. I get a little scary and doing a sketch like that. Scary things scare me.
You know what I always do?
What?
When I feel scared, and then watch this. What I do is, you watch this at home. What you do is you just take a deep breath, let it out, think positive thoughts, and then you purge yourself of the anxieties and tension. It just flows out of your body, and the fear goes right with it.
That's what I did.
You do that?
I do that.
You do that.
Oh, yeah, not in that order, though.
Well, what do you start with?
I start by throwing up.
Oh, we'll be right back. No, you don't do that.
It's the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour with armed political satirist Barry Crimmins, Will Durst, and Kevin Rooney, Mr. Jose Jimenez, Bill Dana, the music and mirth of Victoria Jackson, the crackling crisp choreography of the Barry Lather dancers, the toe-tapping music of the Palm Springs Yacht Club, the hair-raising humor of Pat Paulsen, the street-smart comedy of Paul Rodriguez, our good buddy Jim Stafford, that lonely lady of laughter Lotus Weinstock, a visit from the Yo-Yo Man, and Larry Kanzler and his orchestra. Don't go away. We'll be right back with the Smothers Brothers.
Good evening. Thank you very much. And welcome to another evening of Prime Time Variety. We think we have a really special show for tonight. Don't you think so, Tom?
A scary show.
Well, it is scary, yeah.
It's a scary show.
You know, I really like doing the scary things. It reminds me of when Tommy and I were little kids, and we used to go camping, and when it was after the campfire went out, we would try to scare each other, telling the scariest stories, Edgar Allan Poe, mysteries, blood and guts.
Those are stories, though.
But they sure scared us.
We ought to talk about something that's really. You want to talk about something that's really. You want to talk about something that's really scary.
Well, like what?
Well, okay.
Like what?
Okay. Okay.
When you're a kid, that's scary.
But I'll tell you something really scary. I dreamed out a nightmare last night, and it was.
Well, now that's really scary. That's a scary. You dreamed you had a nightmare?
I dreamed out a nightmare last night. I dreamed.
You dreamed?
I dreamed that there was all these men walking around this pale skin and these bulging eyes and scaly skin like zombies, and they kept moving around. They started moving.
Who was it?
The Congress. And then just for some reason in my dream, this nightmare, that Congress turned into the Senate. And the Senate started standing up. They started standing. I thought they were going to do something. Actually going to do something. And I got so scared. I started running in my dreams. I started running around the room looking for. I was frightened. Because they were going to do something. Then I ran to a cabinet to hide.
You hide in the cabinet. Did you get it?
To hide. And when it was a real cabinet, and I swung over that cabinet, and out jumped this horrible thing. It was an awful thing, and it said to me, it said, "Do you know what I am?" In a voice like this, "Do you know what I am?" It kept going bigger.
What was it?
It got bigger. It got bigger.
What was it?
It was a national deficit. Real killer.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea? Relax, Tom. You're going to blow a gasket. Do you have any idea what caused this nightmare? Did you have too much to eat right before you went to bed?
No, I watched too much television just before I went to bed. I've been watching our leaders each night on TV, the speeches they make every day. I wanna be like them, so join in with me, with the men who have nothing to say. Blah, 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 every day. Come on, Dickie. Blah, 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 blah. They're the men who have nothing to say.
Rhetoric, rumors, tall tales, and lies.
But they're not scared. They'll be okay.
Because just when they need it, amnesia sets in. They're the men who have nothing to say.
Come on now.
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 every day. Blah, 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 blah. They're the men who have nothing to say. Politics and poker, politics and poker. Shuffle up the cards and find the joker. Neither game for children. The game is tough. Decisions like who to pick, how to play, what to bet, when to call up bluff.
Hey, Tommy, thanks for the beer.
Okay, guys.
Tom.
Jake, you in?
You know, it's funny. I used to watch them all the time when I was a kid. Now I'm older than him. How did that happen?
It's like being in the Army. How many you want?
The Army. I was in the Army. Man, not the smartest group of guys I ever met. Matter of fact, they invented Velcro in the Army because zippers and buttons were too much for them to cope with.
They have strange advertising. We do more before 9 a.m. than most people do in a whole day. Woo! Keep enticing me.
They got all these weapons. The invisible airplane, the stealth plane. What good is an invisible airplane gonna do? Enemy look down at the radar and say, well, there's no aircraft here, but there's these two little guys in a sitting position at 40,000 feet.
And Star Wars, can this work, Star Wars? Isn't this really something that Reagan dreamed up one day taking a nap while watching Star Trek? You know, I heard Scotty, the shields are up, Captain, they can't get us now. Oh, I want one of those for the whole country.
Yeah, Star Wars is a good idea. We'll spend zillions of dollars on that. The Soviets will stand outside with a piece of Reynolds wrap. Pink. Damn, we could have had health care.
Oh, we got 50 new MX missiles, but they changed the name, you know. They call them the Peacekeeper. Multiple warhead hydrogen bomb called the Peacekeeper. What do they call a sledgehammer? The finger massage? Is napalm not dry skin remover? Let's be consistent.
How's this gonna work? This little group of Nicaraguans, poorly armed with Russian pistols and a bag of dried nuts, gonna sneak up through Guatemala and Mexico, attack Texas, and get us. Now, I can't wait till they get here, find out what kind of weapons we can buy over the counter in this country.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, man, they got some Russian tanks down there.
Oh, tanks. I don't care how good a Russian tank is, how big it is. They'll never catch 15 heavily armed rednecks in a Cadillac Eldorado.
Politics and poker. Now, here's a politician who doesn't play poker, speaking on a scary subject, gun control. Patrick Clayton Paulsen.
Good evening. I'm here to talk about the scary business of assault rifles. Who am I? Just say I'm Roger Rabbit with an attitude. I'm Thumper on a mission. I want to speak up for the poor, defenseless creatures who don't have a chance. No, not you guys who date Robin Givens. Assault rifles kill, wound, maim, and make loud noises. Now, hunters say they have a constitutional right to assault rifles. I say musket balls. Why don't you try learning how to shoot? You need a machine gun to hunt duck? Want to scratch your butt with a flamethrower? Hunters say there'd be no gun problem if we just keep the psychotic fruitcakes where they belong, on the Geraldo show. Every hunter believes his gun represents his manhood. If that were true, he'd be packing a Derringer. Oh, you laugh. Well, I thought you were laughing. Maybe you better think about it. Maybe we need guns. You never know, when you're walking down the street in L.A., you'll spot a moose. Suppose a guy comes home at night and finds his wife in bed with another man. What's he supposed to do, poison him? Here, drink this. Suppose you want to commit suicide. You don't have a gun. What are you supposed to do, beat yourself to death with a stick? All I'm saying is, why shouldn't we license guns? We license marriages. Of course, there's a big difference between a gun and a marriage. Gun is quicker. Well, I've said my piece. What about America? Are you still with me? Yeah. Well, I hope you agree, because if you don't agree with me, you can just kiss my fuzzy cottontail. That's it for me. Woo. Hey.
Yeah, you better watch out, Pat. Might find yourself strapped to the front fender of a car. Patrick Clayton Paulsen. We'll be right back. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. We're glad you're here. Thank you.
You know, Dick, I was just thinking, you know what the biggest problem in the whole world is?
No, I don't know what the biggest problem is.
It's greed.
Greed's a major problem.
Greed's a major problem. I think that everybody's on the take, one way or another.
Oh, I don't think everybody is.
I think any idiot can be bought for money.
You think any idiot can be bought for money?
That's what I think.
I can't be bought.
Not even for $5?
Oh, no. No way.
Well, why don't you just, why don't you pretend why don't you pretend I borrowed it and I'm just repaying it to you?
I didn't loan you $5, that's why.
Well, why don't you pretend it's a rebate?
I didn't buy a car.
Well, consider it a gratuity.
I'm not a waiter.
Well, call it a bribe.
I don't take bribes.
Okay, consider it a political contribution here.
I said I don't take bribes.
Why are you kicking a gift horse in the mouth? Why don't you just shut up and take the $5?
Tommy, I don't take hush money. I don't take hush money. I tell you what, I'll give you $20 and you shut up. Huh?
I don't take hush money.
Think of it as a gratuity.
I'm not a car.
It's your birthday.
I'm not a waiter.
It's a token of my appreciation.
I'm not a hooker.
Tell you what, I'll make it 50. $50.
I'm a hooker.
I just bought myself an idiot. How about that? Once again, the Palm Springs Yacht Club.
We can play in different classes. When you get your order, you've got hot jazz pie. We use a ladle mark, but we cook a rhythm that's hot. When we're done, believe it or not, it's jazz pie. Prejudice arrangements by the chap at the keys. He's one that cooks up all those weird harmonies. And the leader, just you wish, order any musical dish. Get it right on the spot. Hot jazz pie. Now, first you take a clarinet and a coronet. Mix them up. What do you got? And a saxophone and a slide trombone. Mix them up and what do you got? You have our recipe. Let's mix it up in the key of C. We're a gang of musical chefs. We play in different clefs. When you get your order, you got hot jazz pie. We'll use a ladle pot, but cook a rhythm that's hot. When we're done, believe it or not, it's jazz pie. Prejudice arrangements by the chap at the keys. He's the one that cooks up all those weird harmonies. And the leader, just you wish, order any musical dish. You'll get it right in the spot. Hot jazz pie.
The Palm Springs Yacht Club.
Oh,
They're fantastic. I think they're great. Now, one member of our government has the appreciation of all of us. The man responsible for every citizen's health. The Surgeon General of the United States. Sir, may I have your name?
My name is Jose Every Manny.
You mean you're the Surgeon General?
Yeah, scary, ain't it?
Yes, it is. Well, despite the amazing resemblance, it's hard to believe that you are the Surgeon General.
Oh, yeah, I'm too the Surgeon General. I know everything about medical things, and I know everybody in medical biz. You know, only yesterday I was talking to Dr. Louis Pasteur.
Wait a minute. Sir, Louis Pasteur's been dead for years.
I didn't say he answered me.
Well, you got me on that one. Just tell me, what are your medical qualifications?
My medical qualifications is that I am a specialist. I am what is called a genealogist.
Wait, what'd you say? A genealogist? Yeah. You mean gynecologist. A genealogist looks up your background.
Wasn't my way a nicer way of putting it?
Now that you mention it, you're absolutely correct. Tell me, sir, what are your feelings about condoms?
Gee, I don't know how to put it.
You don't know how to put it? You mean you can't express yourself?
No, I just don't know how to put it. I know where to put it. Yeah, I think you're supposed to put it on your...
Sir,
No, sir. On your night table.
Okay.
Anyway, you know, I use my own method, the Jose Everett Jimenez safe sex plan for birth control and disease prevention. What you do is you take 2 aspirin in a tall glass of cold water.
Before or after?
Instead.
Thank you. Now we're going to go down to the other side of town and introduce you to a very funny comedian who you might recognize from his many television and film appearances. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Rodriguez.
I know by you looking at us like this, you think we're a gang. But we like to think of ourselves as potential lottery winners. We're not a gang at all. What we are is young Republicans for Bush, right? Yeah, we like Bush. I mean, Bush, it sounds presidential, right? Bush. You know, he beat Dukakis. That sounds... But anyways, what I really wanted to talk to you about, the first thing that the president has to do, he's got to do something about these airplanes, man. I'm already afraid of flying. I don't need to be in a convertible airplane, you know? I don't... And you know who it happens to all the time? People in first class. That's an insult, right? That thing peels off, you're sucked out. You know who survives? The people in the cheap seats, the smokers in the back. The plane goes down, they didn't even know it was an accident. They come on and go, hey, am I here? And the FAA has all these stupid regulations, right? It's like, first of all, the stewardesses, you know, they all come out, they're all named Buffy or something, right? Hi, my name is Buffy. Please make sure you're next to the nearest exit. I never worry about exits on an airplane. So I figured, if this sucker goes down, there'll be plenty of gaping holes for me to crawl out of. And then they tell you, right, they go, you know, if there's a loss of decompression, these masks are gonna come down, try to relax, breathe normally. Oh, yeah, that's gonna happen. I'm gonna die! And then they tell you to put it on first, then assist your child. I don't think that's necessary. You know, at a moment like that, you forget you ever gave birth to anything. You're outside on the car running away. When you say, oh, man, Billy, where is he? He's adopted. You keep running. The great thing about the Bush administration is that at least probably he'll be awake most of the time. That's one of the good things about him. I like Barbara, and I like Bush, and even Quayle. Dan Quayle is a popular guy here in the barrio. Why, down the street over here at Piñatas R Us, no, I'm not kidding you. They have the Dan Quayle Piñata. Yeah, it's like a regular piñata, except, you know, when you open it up, it's empty. See, I told you they're visiting us. How are you?
Excuse me, I'm a stranger in the area.
Yes, you are. We got a nice nickname for you.
Oh, what's that?
We're gonna call you Victim.
Victim? Yeah. Well, I wondered if you could help.
No, I'm sorry. We were fresh out of Grey Poop Pond.
Yeah. No, I'm traveling here. I'm not alone. I'm with my brother. He's
yeah?
in the car, yeah.
Oh, well, we don't call him your brother here. We call him your next of kin.
Next of kin?
Yeah, because you look like an organ donor to me.
No, well, see, what happened is as our car broke down, I don't want to stay here any longer than I have to. The car broke down, and I need to call the AAA. There's a phone booth there. I'll just use the phone booth.
Hey, that's not a phone booth. It may look like a phone booth, but that's the law offices of Jacoby and Gonzalez right there. Yeah. And Jacoby, this Gonzalez, he's working on a big buyout deal. We're gonna buy all the 7-Elevens in this country. We're gonna change the name to Targets because that's what they really are around here.
Well, there's my brother over there.
Where?
There he is.
That's not your brother?
Yeah.
That's everybody's brother. That's Yo-Yo Man. Oh, why didn't you say so?
Can I use a pen?
Hey, Gonzalez. Hey, we got Yo-Yo Man and Yo-Yo Man's brother here.
Oh.
Who are you anyways?
My name is Jose Gonzalez de Jacoby. The Jojo Man.
Yeah, man, let him use the phone.
Para bailar la Jojo.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Thanks.
By the way, is that your car quickly being dismantled?
Yes.
Hey, put those tires back, balance them, rotate them, and armor all them. Leave it alone. They're friends. Yo-Yo Man.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, Yo-Yo Man. It's a dream come true. Can you believe it? The Yo-Yo Man? Oh, I must be dreaming. Pinch me. Hey, it's a figure of speech. Yolanda. It's kind of limiting, but could you show us some tricks? Okay.
The mystic state of yo can even bridge cultural differences, as it did this time when the yo-yo man met the yo-yo hombre.
Oh, look at that! Ah, es alrededor del mundo. Look at that, huh? Oh, yeah. Now, what else? What else, yo-yo? Okay. Nice. Look at that. Oh, yeah. I had that happen to me. It's painful. Oh, yeah. Another one. Oh, walking the chihuahua. Yeah. That's it. All right, look at this. All right, one more. Oh, watch it. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That's fabulous. Woo! Yo-yo, man. I got to introduce you to my girlfriend, Yolanda. Hey, that's my sister. Hey, settle back. Look at this. One more. Oh, yeah. That's called taxes, because it never comes back, see? Oh. Yo-yo man.
Hey, looks like it's time to leave the barrio. Buenas noches, yo-yo man and yo-yo hombre. Until we meet again, remember, stay loose, stay in the groove, and just say yo.
Now you don't have to be.
Welcome back, and please welcome our guest from Saturday Night Live, the lovely and talented Victoria Jackson.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to sing a song about love
Yes.
and about Jeanette MacDonald, and we're going to do it really well.
That's good.
Jeanette MacDonald and Nelson Eddy could not have wanted to go more steady than we do. Why do we get along so well?
Good.
Well.
It's good.
Well.
Good.
We're not like Robin and Mike Tyson.
No fighting, no bickering and biting.
We're lovebirds sitting up on the roof.
Roof. It's
Roof.
It's roof.
Whoever I see is not happier than we are. Whoever I meet doesn't wear as bright a glow.
You said roof and blow, and that's wrong. There's something to be.
Except when you butt in and try to correct me.
What are we doing? I'm not always out jumping in. I'm not jumping in correctly.
Yes, you are. You kept saying good and you kept saying roof, and it's supposed to be a well.
Well?
Yes.
What's the matter with roof?
No,
That's what we say. We say.
It's grammatically correct to say well and roof.
Grammatically, good sounds better than saying
Well, it doesn't matter
well.
how it sounds. I was an English major, so I should know.
Well, what would you know about roofs?
Say roof.
What roof? What's the matter?
It
What?
sounds like a dog. Roof, roof. Say roof. Just say it.
Well,
Good! Sean Penn and Madonna could have stayed together, but they didn't wanna like we do. Why do we get along so well? Well,
Good.
well,
Good.
well.
Good. We get along so good. Good.
Okay, see, I said good to
I
make
don't-
you happy.
Yeah, but then
it didn't sound so well.
Well, you're not supposed to say so. You're not.
We get along so well.
That's pretty good. Victoria Jackson.
Politics and poker, shuffle up the cards and find the joker.
Oh, what do you...
Purvis, I have a 4.
5 kings. Man, do we really care about Central America at all?
I don't think so, man. We sent quail down there.
Yeah, the Contras are finished. What are the Contras going to do now?
I don't know. I heard there's a few scholarships available at the University of Oklahoma. But they're done. They're done. And they're old history. We got to worry about other things. The environment's very bad. It's all messed up. But you can still have fun. I plan on going brown water rafting this summer.
Well, everything's backwards. I mean, how did an American president end up at the funeral for a Japanese emperor?
I don't think they told him that he doesn't have to go to state funerals anymore.
Of course, then there's our allies. They're there whenever they need us, aren't they? Well, who are the worst? The French. You know, they're a nice country, but an egotistical group of people. They have the Arc de Triomphe in Paris. Hey, the French have never won a single thing. You know, the only people who use it was us and the Nazis twice. The French just polish it.
Yeah, they were tough in both world wars. They'd send maitre d's to the border. Table for 3 million? Right this way. The British aren't much better. They have Thatcher. Reagan with a blue dress, blue dress, blue dress.
They're building that $140 million Reagan library. Seems like a lot of money to spend on a shelf. What do you think he's gonna do now? You think he'll go back into commercial endorsements? No dose. If only I had known.
Well, he does have a great sort of a jingle mentality, you know. It's like he lives in a commercial all the time. You never know where he's coming from. Sell the AWACS to the Saudis one day, have lunch with the Israelis the next day. It was like, Mr. President, what's your foreign policy? Well, sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't.
President Reagan says he's going to stay very active during his retirement. I guess it's because he had so much rest during the past 8 years.
Now we're working on a nuclear treaty with the Russians. Yeah, treaty, I don't know. I think you ask any American Indian, he'll tell you. Treaty? Good thinking. Get a bunch of those.
Yeah, Reagan and Gorbachev decided to get rid of medium-range nuclear missiles. I don't know about you, but I'm moving to a medium-range city almost right away.
I don't care about nuclear war at all, because I saw the day after. You know, and all that happens is everybody goes bald. You know, the way I figure it, there's a blinding flash of light. I get a bunch of new pals.
Yo! Hey. You guys are supposed to be guarding the President of these United States of America. Let's go! Let's go!
Sure.
You're the most poker-playing Secret Service agent I've ever seen. Let's go!
Come on.
Let's go! You covering quail?
I got quail.
Need a game for children, need a game that's rough. Decisions like who to pick, how to play, what to bet, when to call or bluff. I want a TV family, television life, to come home to a nice cold beer and kiss my TV wife. Sit there on the sofa as the picture glows, knowing we are happy, 'cause the TV tells us so. Yes, the TV tells us. Yes, the TV tells us. Yes, the TV tells us. The TV tells us so.
Being on national TV, many people ask us our position, our opinions on many issues, including women's issues. It's quite simple. Our position on women's issues is the Lotus position. Join me as we go to the home of ardent TV watcher and funny lady, Lotus Weinstock. Lotus, will you give the viewers a few brief facts about yourself?
Oh, sure. I'm really just an average semi-liberated woman.
Oh, wait a minute. I know what liberated woman means, but what's semi-liberated woman?
Oh, it means I don't wear a bra, but I'm frigid.
You gotta be kidding. Are you kidding?
Uh-huh. I'm a kidder. I'm not frigid, and I do wear a bra, but only when I make love. My husband finds that very exciting. Don't you, honey?
Shh, watching the news.
I don't know why he watches that. It makes him so snappish. But then again, why, when something smells bad, do we take our deepest breaths?
You're a pretty outspoken woman. Would you call yourself a feminist?
Oh, definitely. Although I'm very dependent upon my husband for my independence. Right, honey?
Shh.
Oh, sometimes I wonder just how assertive can a woman get before they call her a bitch. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. Well, you know, Dick, I do volunteer work at the Rape Prevention Crisis Center.
Uh-huh.
And we have a new slogan.
What is it?
From the ERA to the NRA, if you mess with us, you're DOA.
That's a good one.
Well, you know, a woman can't be too careful these days, and I happen to know firsthand, because I was actually attacked 2 times in 1 year by men who did not care about my goals at all. Was that rude, or am I too pushy? I mean, after the second attack, I said, never again. No one will ever hurt my child's mother again. And I took a most effective martial arts course.
What's it called?
Freeze, or I'll shoot your winky off.
Sounds effective.
Oh, it is, it is. You know, do you know, every time there's a new violent crime in the news, I find myself praying, please don't make him from my minority, because we can't afford to make those kind of mistakes if we want to end all the prejudice. I know how I felt in the summer of '77 when they caught the son of Sam and his name was David Berkowitz. Well, you know, every Jew in America was thinking the same thing. David Berkowitz, what a strange name for a Puerto Rican. And then we found out he was adopted. We were on the phone.
Hey, Lotus, can you give us some parting words of wisdom?
Oh, sure. Laugh more. Laugh more. Laughter really is the strongest medicine on this planet. Call me kooky, call me Norman Cousins, but I think if laughter is strong enough to kill an orgasm, surely it's strong enough to kill cancer. Oh, Dick, did I offend you when I said the word orgasm?
Oh, no, not at all. Well, if Phil Donahue could say it, I guess you can.
Well, let's face it, it's still not okay for women to be as candid in public as men are. In fact, before you came here tonight, I asked myself, do I have the eggs to say these things to strangers?
Wait. Did I hear you correctly? Did you say eggs?
Oh, yes, I said eggs as opposed to the term that guys use. You know, I just think it's wrong for a woman to use a male euphemism when we're defining courage about each other. I think we should be able to look at strong-egged women like Corey Aquino, Gloria Steinem, and say, God, they've got such ovum. Yeah.
Tell me, Lotus, you sound pretty passionate. Are you a woman on a mission?
Oh, not anymore. I used to want to save the world. Now I just want to leave the room with some dignity. Good night.
Yeah, come in.
Had fun at the party last night? I told ya. Ain't it strange how your conscience seems to disappear at night? It's right there in the morning when you open up your eyes. Yeah, you're staring at the ceiling, your conscience whispers in your ear. But you have to hit the whiskey when the party ran out of beer. And it gives your mind a picture that gives you the shiver and heebie-jeebies. Look out, here comes the night before in little bits and pieces.
Did I really kiss his wife?
Yeah, you really kissed his wife.
In the bathroom in the dark.
In the bathroom in the dark.
Did he turn on the light?
Yeah, he turned on the lights.
Did he hit me kind of hard?
Yeah, he hit you kind of hard. The more that you remember, the more your self-respect decreases, and you can't keep the night before from coming back in bits and pieces. Yeah, you did some bad things. Being drunk ain't no excuse. You done gave your friends a good look at the stupid side of you. You close your eyes and grit your teeth and try to squeeze it from your head. And sometimes it works and you shake it off. But you ain't out of this one yet. 'Cause every 30 minutes all day long, your mind releases more pictures from the night before in little bits and pieces.
Did I try to kill their cats?
Well, you chased him down the hall.
Was I laughing at their curtains?
Yeah, you tore them off the wall.
Did I scream at everybody?
Called them dirty names.
Oh, it must have been the whiskey.
Yeah, you ought to be ashamed. The more that you remember, the more your self-respect decreases, and you can't keep the night before from coming back in bits and pieces.
Did I set fire to their furnace?
Just to test the smoke alarm.
Did I take off all my clothes?
You said the room was getting warm.
Yeah, but I put my clothes back on.
Now you put on pantyhose instead.
Well, at least I wasn't naked.
No, you wore them on your head. The more that you remember, the more your self-respect decreases, but you can't keep the night before from coming back. You want a drink?
A bunny, rabbit, poker, yo-yo, throwing up show.
Throwing up show. You know, you've once again demonstrated your terrific ability to turn something very simple into something needlessly complex.
Thank you very much.
That was not a compliment. That was a compliment. That was not a compliment.
Sure.
Go get sick. I'd like to simply thank our guests for tonight. Barry Crimmins, Bill Dana, Will Durst, Victoria Jackson, the very late dancers.
Yeah.
Geoffrey and Celestial Navigation, the Palm Springs Yacht Club, Pat Paulsen, Paul Rodriguez, come on! Kevin Rooney, Jim Stafford, Lotus Weinstock, the Yo-Yo Man, and Larry Pansford and his orchestra. Whew. Good night, everybody. Good night. Come on.
This is Kathleen Sullivan.
And I'm Harry Smith. Tomorrow, Danny Sullivan getting ready for the Indy 500. Also, Cosby's Lisa Bonet.
Next week, Hulk Hogan and Mikhail Baryshnikov on CBS This Morning.
Now stay tuned for your local news.
This is Roger Carroll speaking for the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour. Good night.